Hi, this is Phoephoe, and I'm here back again playing Long Live the Queen. Now, at the end of the last video, I had a choice of sending the Lumen away, arresting her, or letting her stay. My father thinks she's responsible for my mother dying. She wants to teach us about magic. Well, I asked people for choices, but I am aware that I don't have very many viewers. I mean, I appreciate everyone that does watch my videos, but I wasn't actually expecting anybody to comment about choices. I'm going to keep asking, but if I don't get any, I'm just gonna go with what I think. So I'm gonna let her stay because Elodie could use all the allies she could get. Elodie says, "I want to hear what she has to say." She stays. We get one willful because we're defying our father. Justin's like, "As you wish." I'm going to save the game again. We can go and visit Lady Charlotte. We can visit Juliana, which is the Duchess we just had to stay with. I'm going to see Charlotte though. Elodie says, "What do you know about Lumens?" Charlotte says, "Why?" Elodie says, "Dad was really angry at the Duchess of Ursel." And Charlotte's like, "Mummy says people are scared of Lumens because they're jealous. There used to be lots of them in Nova, but there aren't anymore." Elodie says, "Why not?" Charlotte says, "I don't know, maybe someone burned them." She's just casually talking about witch burning. Okay. And then we get to make our choices again. I want to get my composure up even though I got a negative, so composure. Well, we got composure past 20. Practice positive thinking, maintaining a good self-image, and conditioning yourself to carry on rather than being frustrated by any past misstep. Charlotte. He loves me not. And Elodie says, "Lottie, do you have a boyfriend?" Charlotte says, "Not really, I just want to like to play with flowers." That's kind of adorable. All of a sudden, the Duchess of Ursel rushes into the garden and points a sword at you. "No, not at you, at your feet." Juliana says, "Princess, don't move." I bite my lip, hold perfectly still, resisting the urge to look down. You see, we got a skill check there, and that we succeeded at that because I'd raided my composure. Juliana swings her sword. "There, it's dead." You look down at your feet and see a snake in the grass. "Eek!" goes Charlotte. Lucille, the Countess, looks at Charlotte's mother and my aunt. "What is going on here?" Charlotte says, "Mummy, there was a snake." Elodie says, "The Duchess of Ursel protected us." Juliana says, "Milk vipers are not native to this area. That snake should never have been here." Lucille says, "This is unacceptable. I can't have my daughter remaining in such a dangerous place. We are returning home to Merva at once." And Charlotte's like, "Oh." So, regardless of your choices there, the Duchess and the cousin will leave. You can fail and get bitten by the snake, at which point you can get healed. Or your cousin might get bitten and she'll mysteriously get better. But regardless of what you do, there's no way to keep your cousin and aunt from leaving. So now we're going to visit Juliana. "What is it you wanted to teach me?" "First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal." "What crystal?" "The source of power for any Lumen is a particular magical crystal. Once you've bonded with it, it becomes part of you as long as you live. The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you now, except that the king may be keeping it from you." "Do you have a crystal?" "Of course." She holds out her hands, light flickers above her bosom, and then, with a shower of sparkles, something takes shape. You reach out to touch it, and it dissolves away into nothing. "Oh," says Elodie being sad. "It belongs to me," Juliana says. "No one can take it from me until I die. You need to find the crystal that belongs to you." So, we're afraid. Dominant mood is afraid. We're a bit willful, a bit depressed, but we're not pressured or lonely. So, decide what to. Still only got one outfit. You unlock outfits by getting your skills above a certain threshold. I'm going to raise my reflexes. I think. Reflexes and presence, I think. I got a presence up to 10. You practice wearing the royal regalia and looking at yourself in the mirror. Young as you are a queen of the blood. You are your mother's daughter. You are a force to be reckoned with. Got reflexes up past 25. You practice with a jump rope to increase the speed of your footwork. The castle seems quieter with Charlotte and Emery and Zara and their parents gone. It's certainly not empty, though it seems like we get more servants every day. So we're going to go talk to our dad about the crystal. Dad, what happened to Mum's Lumen crystal? It's in a safe place, Jocelyn says. Elodie says, can I have it? Jocelyn says, no. We get willful, but it's mine. And Jocelyn says, meddling with magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want, but for now you are still a child. Right, so he won't give us the crystal. I'm going to raise presence and reflexes again, I think. Studying. Got reflex up past 40. You practice running at high speed back and forth over a small area, making quick turns and changes in direction. You may now play sports on the weekends. There's a maid. She's not important enough to get a profile picture. My lady, couriers have arrived from the Duke of Sedna. Fails a foreign intelligence. Fails foreign affairs. We have a Duke of Sedna? No, my lady, the Duchess of Sedna is in Talas. They have brought you a letter and a gift. Condolences on the death of, deeply regret, best wishes. Oh, what a beautiful necklace. Failed court manners, +1 cheerful. Something sparkly will make me feel better. If we had passed those tests, we did have learned something about the necklace, but we didn't. So we're going to talk to Juliana again. My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait. There may not be time to wait, Juliana says. She's a bit of a downer, isn't she? This world is filled with dangers, and you will need the powers of a Lumen to fight them. You can't begin training until you've bonded with your crystal. Well, what else am I supposed to do about it? The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You are the princess, you should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise we might have to take drastic action. I'm going to say, I wait until I'm older, I'll try and find a way. What drastic action? I'm going to try and find a way. Willful. Alright, I will try and get into the treasury. See, we've got our mood up to willful, and our expression has changed. Which gives us a big negative to social, royal demeanour. And a +2 military and intrigue. Which is a bugger because I want my presence to go up. And we cannot train Lumen until we have the crystal, regardless of what it says to +1 there. I'm gonna train presence twice and see if we can get it high enough. I got up to 20. You stare at yourself in the mirror and practice focusing and transmitting energy with only your eyes, turning the intensity of a gaze on and off at will. 22. Right. As you were walking, you spot a familiar figure in the palace gardens. It's the Duchess of Ursula. Maybe I should go and say hello. Then you notice that seated behind her is a woman in the robes of a priestess. They are very close together, their hands gently touching as they speak. Looks like she's busy. Now, go visit the treasury. We fail accounting, we fail of presents, we get angry and willful. You try to talk your way past the treasury guards, but despite eyelash fluttering, foot stomping, and outright threats, they won't budge. Humph. So we cannot get into the treasury until we've raised either presents or accounting. But as you see, we've got a negative to accounting and a negative to royal demeanour. I'm going to raise them anyway. I'll probably die horribly in a couple of turns from neglecting other things. Up to 27. As you were walking up the stairs, a maid comes running down holding a towering pile of linen. Test, we failed elegance, we passed reflexes. You swiftly step aside and let her pass. Now, with no point going to the treasury, we haven't got anybody else to talk to. We really want to get rid of willfulness. Mood. Hang on. I'm not sure what makes social high. It doesn't really matter as long as we get willfulness down a bit, so we're going to go to attend court. It says 2 yielding, 1 depressed, 1 pressured. Sitting on court sessions is not fun at all, but it pleases your father, and it may be important for your future. We've got a rather sad face now. We're depressed rather than willful. Is that really an improvement? I don't know. Let's see at our skills. Only got a negative 50 to social now. I got a plus to expression. The plus to physical is because we've trained it so high. But animal handling. So we'll go with presence. Train presence once. And court manners is negative. It's not that good. What else would be useful at the moment? I'm not going to raise economics. Let's go with poison. It's medicine, poison. So we got present up to 35. You practice using different styles of breathing in order to feel more energetic and to let that energy surround you for others to share. Poison. The first treatment for most ingested poison is to purge the stomach by forcing the victim to eat powdered charcoal, which can absorb dangerous substances. Jocelyn says, there's a man here to see you. He wishes crowdfunding for a project of his. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, we will have less money to work with later. Your Royal Highness, I plan to print books using metal letters which can be removed and reused. I need to borrow 875 lassie to assemble the metal and a factory to mould and cast the type. With the system, we'll be able to create new books in a fraction of the time it takes now and make copies to send all over the world. However, Elodie knows nothing about production and trade, so she doesn't know if that's worthwhile. So she says, no, I'm not interested. I have no idea what happens if they say yes, because I've never actually raised production and trade high enough. We want to be, let's see, we want to be less depressed, but we don't want to be willful. So we want something that increases cheerfulness and yielding. Now, play with toys. Spend the weekend holed up alone in your room with your favourite toys. It's childish, but you feel a bit better. What's the mood? Afraid. But only a little bit. Let's see. Agility. Let's go with presence and flexibility again. Did up to 40. Well, 43. You plant your feet in a strong stance, imagining that you are a tree deeply rooted in the earth. You can feel the power within you and know that you will not be pushed aside. Flexibility up to 10. You learn to relax and evaluate the tension in your body, then to practice the different types of motions available to each of your joints. Twisting, shifting, rotating. This is a new guy. Banion, the Duke of Marie, Earl of Serenitatis. He's not related to us. He's her sister, brother, and he's single. He's 31. She's 14. I don't really care if he's single. Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. Thank you, the lady says, looking all sad. However, I must call for your aid. The Ixionite occupation of the country of Imbrium has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back. She failed for an affairs test. I know there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying Southern Marie. I don't know anything about the military. Fail. I don't want to fight. There must be a peaceful way to settle this, so I'll send for diplomats from Ixion and try to come to some arrangement. Unyielding. Thank you, Your Highness. I don't trust this guy. Your Highness, if I may ask, that necklace you're wearing, where did it come from? He says, it was a gift from the Duke of Sedna. Then you have made arrangements with him. What sort of arrangements? Fail court manners? Your Highness, that is a courting gift. The man wishes to gain your hand in marriage. Oh, I didn't realise. So by putting it on, we've more or less implied that we're going to marry this guy, and because we didn't have any court manners knowledge, we didn't know that. I could do with one angry and one cheerful. I don't think there's anything that'll give us both. Let's play sports. It makes us angry. Play tennis. Feel the thrill of competition. Mood. Depressed. But we're balanced in other ways, so that's good. Let's see. We need to raise, still raising presence. Still need to raise flexibility. It's not flexibility, it's reflexes. 50. You practice focusing your attention on individuals as you pass, letting them feel a brief connection with you before formally acknowledge them with a nod. Your skill and presence is now 50. You may not increase this skill until your other royal demeanour skill to 25 or higher. It's just to make the game a little bit harder. So we've got reflexes to 50. You practice tennis against multiple opponents, learning to judge at a glance when the ball is too far away to reach in time. And again, it's not 50, so we can't raise it until we've done the rest. And our dad is here. How old is our father, anyway? 33, okay. I have kids young, and I suppose. A representative from Ixion is here. Be careful. No one wants to give up prizes that they have won. There's Banion again. You have the full support of my sister and myself, Your Highness. Let's get this over with. This is his sister, Bryn. She's also single. She's the same age as him. Perhaps they're twins. No. Failed history. Your Royal Highness, thank you for granting me this audience. This is a diplomat. I am sure you can come to an amicable agreement. Let bygones be bygones. No, we forget about this unprovoked attacks on us, and you will transfer the rights to this little province. We can be good neighbours again without any lives we've lost. Fail history. Now, foreign affairs fails, so we can surrender the province, offer him money, bluff and intimidate him, or execute him. Well, I'm again going to ask for people to pick a choice. I don't expect to get any people telling me which ones they want, but I will ask anyways. And if I don't get one, I'll just pick one. Okay, that's the end of this video.